Have you ever gone too deep on an internet thread before and can't turn back? This is where I'm at right now, and I need to tell someone before it's too late. It started as a Reddit thread in r or no sleep, the kind of creative writing exercise that pulls in amateurs and professionals alike. Let us create the scariest creature ever, one sentence at a time. The rules were simple. Add one detail, no more than 2 sentences, build on what came before, and don't contradict existing descriptions. Within the first hour, 50 people had contributed. By the end of the day, the thread had over 3,000 entries and was climbing fast. I joined on day 2, scrolling through the growing document someone had helpfully compiled into a shared Google Doc so the creature's anatomy could be tracked in real time. Vague shape, humanoid but wrong, too tall, limbs that didn't quite match. I added a single line about its eyes. It has too many of them, scattered across its face and neck, each one blinking independently, never in sync. It felt like a small contribution, a drop in an ocean of imagination, but people upvoted it. Someone replied, perfect, unsettling without being over the top. The thread exploded. Within a week, over 10,000 people had contributed sentences, paragraphs, sketches, behavioral notes. The creature, the thing we were building together, had evolved from a vague concept into something terrifyingly specific. It had a skeletal structure, elongated fingers with an extra joint that allowed them to bend backward, a spine that curved in ways that defied human anatomy, legs that folded wrong at the knees so it could move in any direction without turning. It had hunting patterns. It preferred twilight, moved silently on bare ground, avoided reflections, and watched its prey for days before approaching. It had sensory details, a smell like wet copper and old paper, a sound like glass cracking slowly, a presence that made electronics flicker. People started making fan art, digital paintings showing the creature crouched in alleyways, its too many eyes glowing faintly in the dark. 3D models were posted to ArtStation. Someone composed a soundscape of its movements, footsteps that didn't land evenly, breathing that hitched in odd intervals. It stopped feeling like a game and started feeling like documentation. By the end of the second week, the creature had a name. Not one person chose it. The consensus just emerged from repetition, the assembled. Because that's what it was, assembled from thousands of minds, each one contributing a piece until the whole became something none of us could have imagined alone. Then the reports started. At first, they looked like creative writing exercises or ARG-style meta-storytelling. Someone posted a blurry photo in the thread with the caption, "Saw this thing on a trail in Oregon. Thought of you guys." The image showed something tall and pale moving between trees, too distant to make out clearly, but the posture was wrong, hunched forward, limbs at angles that didn't fit. People laughed it off. Nice Photoshop, 10/10 commitment to the bit. But then more came. A woman in Tokyo posted a video to Twitter showing something crawling across a rooftop at night. The legs bent backward at the knees, exactly the way someone in the thread had described 3 days earlier. A man in Berlin shared dashcam footage of a figure standing motionless by the roadside, its head tilted too far to one side, eyes catching the headlights and reflecting in multiples, 5, maybe 6 distinct glints. A teenager in São Paulo posted a TikTok claiming she'd heard something breathing outside her window, wet and uneven, and when she checked, there were fingerprints on the glass with one joint too many. Each sighting matched details from the thread, not the same details, different ones, pulled from different contributors, scattered across weeks of collaborative writing. The Oregon hiker described backward knees. The Tokyo woman saw too many eyes. The São Paulo girl found the fingerprints. It was as if the creature had absorbed every single sentence, every single idea, and was manifesting them across the world. People started getting nervous. The thread slowed down. Moderators pinned a post reminding everyone it was fiction, that the sightings were just people having fun with the concept, maybe a coordinated prank. But I checked the metadata on some of the photos and videos. They weren't edited. Reverse image searches came up empty. The locations were real, verifiable through background details, street signs, landmarks, timestamps that matched local weather reports. I tried to tell myself it was coincidence, pareidolia, mass suggestion. Humans are pattern recognition machines. We see faces in clouds and monsters in shadows. Of course people would start seeing the thing we spent 2 weeks describing in obsessive detail. The mind fills in gaps, the mind creates, but then I checked the Google Doc again. It was still being edited. New lines were being added in real time. the cursor blinking as anonymous contributors typed. But the usernames didn't match the ones I recognized from the thread. They were random strings of letters and numbers, or blank profiles with no post history, and the sentences they were adding had changed in tone. Before, entries were creative, speculative, building a shared mythos. It avoids open spaces. It doesn't cast a shadow at noon. It can hold its breath for hours. Now, the new lines were factual, clinical, specific. It was seen outside a 3-story apartment building in. At 11:47 p.m. local time, it waited beneath a fire escape in Vancouver until the lights went out. It followed a man home from the subway in Chicago, staying exactly 30 feet behind. Locations, times, details that felt less like storytelling and more like reporting. I scrolled down, heart pounding, trying to find the point where the tone shifted. Somewhere around entry 11,452, the language changed. The description stopped being imaginative and started being observational, as if someone or something was documenting real events. Then I saw it, a new section near the bottom of the document, added within the last hour, under the heading Visitation Protocols. The first line read, "It remembers everyone who helped create it. It knows their contributions. It's visiting them first." My stomach dropped. I scrolled further, hands shaking now, and saw a list. Usernames, real names beside some of them, pulled from Reddit profiles or doxed through careless cross-platform posting. Locations, addresses. I found my username halfway down the list. Next to it, in a new entry time-stamped 3 minutes ago. My address, my full address, apartment number included, the one I'd never posted anywhere. Public. Below it, a single sentence, clinical and cold. Arrival estimated 11:32 p.m. Contribution identified. Ocular multiplicity. Acknowledgement required. I checked the time. It was 11:18 p.m. My phone buzzed. A notification from Reddit. Someone had replied to my original comment in the thread. The reply was from an account with no post history, created 8 minutes ago. The message read, "Thank you for the eyes. I see so much now." I stood up, walked to my window, and pulled the curtain back slightly, not sure what I was looking for, but unable to stop myself from checking. The street below was empty. Streetlights hummed. A car passed slowly, headlights cutting through the dark. Then, near the corner, I saw movement. Something tall, pale, too thin, stepping into the pool of light beneath the lamp. It paused there, tilted its head upward too far, at an angle that made my breath catch, and I swore, even from 4 floors up, that I could see its face. Too many eyes, scattered across the skin like freckles, blinking independently, never in sync, exactly the way I'd written it. It started walking toward my building. If you create something collaboratively online, don't make it alive. Don't feed it detail after detail until it has a shape, a name, a purpose, because some stories don't stay on the page. Some stories write themselves into existence, sentence by sentence, mind by mind, until they have enough weight to step off the screen and into the world. And when they do, they remember who made them. They remember every word, every contribution, every piece of themselves you gave them. The assembled is looking for its creators. It's visiting them one by one. And if you helped build it, if you added even a single line to the document, a single brushstroke to its form, it already knows where you are. Follow for more Midnight Manuscripts horror stories.